Jonathan and Curtis are nominated for eviction, but who will win this weekend's Golden Power Veto competition? We'll find out what the competition is now on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All-Stars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All-Stars. It's day 40 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Joanne is the head of household. She nominated Jonathan and Curtis for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto can still change the nominations. Who will win it? We'll find out tomorrow. And what will the competition be? We'll find out shortly. But first, I have a special guest here. Say hello to Season 4's fourth place finisher, Marcin.
Hey, everyone.
I'm very excited to have you here. It was supposed to be you and Julian from Season 3, but his workplace doesn't allow them to go on social media. I think it's a cult. And, yeah, weird,
Well,
right?
ours does too. Ours is like, you can't use WhatsApp. Like, you can't call people on WhatsApp at work.
Yeah, okay. That happens all the time. But, so Julian said no. Then I asked Caitlin from Season 3. She said no. Then I asked CJ from your season. She has to work at 4 a.m., which, yeah, that sucks. Even though
Lucky
I think
her.
lucky her, yeah. Then I asked Brenda, but she's busy doing some Did you hear Brenda has some new Ponzi scheme called Pistol Whip or Pretzel Smart or Posh Smart or whatever?
No. All I get is Lynn's requests.
Yeah, so Brenda's on Pinterest, and she goes to Value Village and she buys a whole bunch of rags and then she sews them up together and sells it as if it's new. I mean, it sounds like Utica Queen to me, but whatever, it is what it is. Oh, and speaking of Drag Race, Chantel, fast forward if you don't want spoilers. I was pissed that the two hottest guys, Joey and Denali, were not in this episode at all, and that nobody was eliminated. We're 2 episodes into Drag Race, and they haven't eliminated anybody. That's like The Amazing Race, you know? It's a non-elimination leg. It's a non-elimination leg. How boring would Big Brother Cheesecake be if every week was just a non-eviction week, and everyone just stayed in the whole time?
I don't think you've ever had a non-eviction week.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I haven't. Kind of the week that Ashley was the mole and she was going to be evicted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of made you mad on that one.
That's okay. So, yeah, where was I? So I asked all these people, Brenda, CJ, Caitlin, Julian, they all said no. And then I could have asked other people, but the other people are going to be involved later in the season, so I didn't want to sort of double dip because, that's not fair. Unless it's in the bedroom, then you can double dip all you want.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah. So, Marcin, how have you been? Catch us up on your son, who was born during Big Brother Cheesecake 4.
Well, he's, I think, 8 months now? He's born in April, and he's doing okay. He's sleeping through the night, so I have all this free time at night. So his bedtime's like 8:30, and he gets up around 7, which is really good.
Okay. So Chantel will want to know, is he a Pisces or a Taurus?
April 26th, you tell me.
So Taurus.
My wife is into astrology, but I'm not really.
Oh, Chantel votes you out. So, yeah, actually, April 25th was my dad's birthday, and April 24th was my cat's birthday, but they're both dead now. So anyway, so April 26th is, sorry, I've been drinking a little, but
Me too.
it is what it is. April 26th, yeah, so Taurus. Most of the Tauruses that I know are good. Oh, Michelle is a Taurus too. I've been trying to get Michelle on for years, and Lindsay says it'll never happen, but Michelle, you're coming. And another Michelle Nash, I've been trying to get for years, and you're coming too. Then there'll be 2 Michelles. What are their last names? No, they're different.
One's Nash.
Right. One of them will have to go by Mishi, which I know Michelle Nash will not want. So Michelle Bavis will be Mishi. Did you watch that season 21?
I didn't watch Big Brother much. My wife is into it. I'll catch it here and there, but
You didn't miss
the
it.
last The last one I watched like fully end to end with extras was the one Frankie was on.
Oh,
Frankie Grande.
oh,
It was a while ago,
oh, that was so
and
boring that season.
I was into it. And then I had kids, and 3 days a week is hard
Uh,
to devote.
that's true. Yeah. Well, you devoted a lot more to Big Brother Cheesecake, so
This is
thank
more
you.
fun.
That's true.
I'm interacting. The other one is just passive.
Yeah, true. You've lived in Burlington now for what, 2 years?
It's gonna be 2 years in February.
Please tell me you've been to Arby's at least once since you live 5 minutes away.
I have been to Arby's 0 times, but I have tried to go a couple times.
How do I
But
kick
because
you
of
off? How do I-
I'm sorry, but my work schedule is just I finish too late and Arby's closes at like 10 o'clock, and I get home at midnight.
So go before work and bring it as your lunch for work.
It won't make it to lunch, number one, and
Well,
number
that's
two,
true.
if I leave early, my wife's like, "Why are you leaving early? Why don't I get Arby's?"
The curly fries never make it home. The beef and cheddars do, but the curly fries never do.
Well, my wife's a vegetarian, so the beef and cheddars, even
Uh-huh.
if they made it home, they're safe.
Ah, very smart marrying a vegetarian. Now all the cold cuts are safe in the fridge.
Yeah, they're all mine. Like if I don't eat it, no one else will.
Oh gosh. You know, IHOP was supposed to come to Toronto last summer, but then COVID happened. It's very
Yeah,
sad.
you mentioned that in your other episodes. It was 26 of them supposed to open or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
I would have
sad.
went. I went to IHOP in Niagara. Overpriced, but delicious.
Yes. Oh, so good. The Colorado omelet. Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's the omelet with all the meats.
I probably got that because I remember I got all the meats, and my wife's like, "Why'd you get that?" I'm like, "I'm at IHOP."
Yeah, so true. So your homework is to go to Arby's, and as always, I have to plug Arby's. We have the meats. Anyway, also, where's Cheesecake Factory? This is Alvin's second place prize for finishing third in season 3, and he still hasn't claimed it. But he's in Vancouver now. He's probably fucking some uggo. Anyway, let's move on. So, what are your thoughts on this season? You were going to be invited. You declined, and so Rai Rai got your spot, which worked out really well for everyone
You
involved.
know what? It worked out really well because I love this game. It's fun, but I'm enjoying it more watching it and kind of interacting here and there because you post the videos 9:30, 10 o'clock. By
Yeah,
then, I don't have time to watch them until I'm on my lunch. So I miss the whole morning. Like the other day, I saw Reality Realness. They had Chantel on. I'm like, oh, I know who got voted out because I didn't have a chance to watch the video yet. So I just made a little comment and shut the video off.
yeah.
So I'm loving this. Like this is a good position for me for now until my kids are a little bit older.
Is there anybody from work who you think we could like not promote, but get to go on season 6? Because I already have a lot of people who want to play season 6, but is there anybody who you can think of off the top of your head who would be good?
Not really, because anyone that I think of, I would have to lie to them about the amount of involvement.
It's not that much time. It's minimal participation required.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then my wife's like, when is this over?
The people who lose in Big Brother Cheesecake are the relatives and friends of the players. They
Yes.
are the real losers in this.
Yes. Or if you're like me and you had kids, you basically are the least prepared for competitions you could possibly be. And half asleep.
Yeah, you almost won poker the week CJ.
That was the one where I had Preston in my arms. I was feeding him while I was on my phone, drawing the thing, and I didn't see that the last hand, and I felt so dumb.
Oh, man.
It happens.
Yeah.
Fourth ain't bad.
Yeah. Well, you know how many tries it took me to get to third in Ecstasy Survivor finally? Like I finished like terribly before that. So fourth on the first try is very, very good. What was I going to say? Oh, I was thinking Hector Casanova and Johnny Vegas were the two that I was thinking of. And Johnny said he would.
That could be entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know Johnny that much, but Hector could be.
And I keep trying to get Dorothy, but Rhonda's like, don't you dare, because Dorothy will just self-evict.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't see
know
Dorothy
what's going
playing.
on. I can't manage anything. I'm completely illiterate with the technologies, and I have to sew 80 trillion mittens today.
Oh, don't forget the slippers.
Oh, yes. But I still love her.
Oh, she's
Um,
awesome.
yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
Ryan, but for him it might be too much work because he's got 3 little kids instead of 2.
Ryan Gray.
Ryan, no, Ryan Cesar or his daddy's
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to.
I've been trying. Yeah, Rhonda and I keep trying to work on him. And Rob and Kelly, we try and work on too. And Kelly's just such a, like,
Kelly would be perfect.
oh, she'd be so funny. Kelly's
Kelly, and if
basically,
you can get Kim, those 2 together. Kim in training. We're in training now.
Kim was actually cast in season
Houston.
2.
Okay.
And I thought she was going to be fantastic. And we were so excited because her daughter loves Big Brother. And she backed out at the last minute. And Charlene ended up replacing her in season 2 and
Okay.
went out first. Oops. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Charlene and the whole anti-vax thing?
Oh, don't get me started.
Okay.
I messaged Ryan when he told me he was going to self-evict. How are you going to let her win?
Yeah.
He should have beat her and then been like, okay, I quit. I would have been more okay with that.
Dylan also took Dan's spot because Dan was supposed to be from season 2, and Dan was sort of wishy-washy because he wanted Debbie to play. But Dan is also very anti-vax, and so he would have
We're
gotten.
talking Dan Grant, right?
Yes.
Don't get me started. That guy, the stuff he posts is.
Bear in mind, this is going to air, so just.
Oh, I know it, but the stuff he posts and the videos he says he has on his computer, this is stuff he's written. Like he's like, I have these videos that prove that COVID isn't real.
Oh.
Like I see his posts on Facebook all the time. I'm like, why, Dan? I don't even interact anymore.
Yeah.
He's set in his ways. He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good for him.
So because I'm not on Zoom Pro or whatever, and I could have asked Ryan or Chantel, but I didn't want to drag this on for more than 40 minutes because I think people would kill themselves watching us for 40 minutes. So no offense. I mean it more for me. But,
no, I know.
But so what I'm going to do first is the rules to the Golden Power Veto competition, and then we'll talk about the house guests. Because if we get cut off, who cares about the people towards the end? Anyway.
Well, everyone should get a little bit of a...
We'll try.
Okay, we'll try. We'll hurry it up.
Okay, so the Golden Power Veto competition is a classic competition that's been in every single season, and I'm just going to quickly look up who won it in each season. It is, where did it go? Dun, 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 dun. There it is. It is Big Brother, Deal or No Deal. And here's how it works. This is one of my favorite competitions. It's very simple. It's based off of Deal or No Deal, the game show. It was won by Jeffrey in season 1, Rob in season 2, Julian in season 3, and CJ in season 4. It was thrown to CJ in season 4, and the entire second half of the season went down the drain.
Bye, Ryan.
Yeah. Whoops. And it's very simple. I believe everybody who is playing in this, actually maybe not Brazil, and Rhonda's never played in this, so I guess I do have to go through the rules. It's very simple. You have 26 cases. You choose a case. You open up 6 cases. You want to knock off the lower amount. Then I offer you a deal. You say deal or no deal. That repeats until you say deal. And then your final score is either the deal you take or what's in your case. In round 1, 6 house guests are participating. And the top 3 will advance to round 2, where the winner of round 2 will win the Golden Power Veto. Did you play in this last season?
No, I didn't get to play this one.
Oh, that sucks. So in season 1 and 4, I did non-cumulative totals. Season 2 and 3, I did cumulative. So we're gonna flip a coin now to decide the fate. I did not catch it.
So
That's what happens when
which one's heads, which one's tails?
when you've been drinking. Cumulative is heads, non-cumulative is tails. So it's heads.
Yep.
Which means cumulative. So your scores will add up, which is a little bit more strategic. So your scores from round 1 will add to your scores from round 2. So in round 1, you want to win. You want to be one of the top 3, but you also want to have a good score because it's going to be added to your round 2 score. And whoever has the highest cumulative total will win the Golden Power Veto. Everybody bitches that this is dumb luck. No. Yeah, I mean, there is a luck element. like Curtis, for instance, and in round 2 last year got $1. He just had bad luck. Yeah, that can happen, good or bad luck. But there is a lot of strategy in when you stop and when you continue. And shop talk is allowed. I've never in Deal or No Deal said you're not allowed to say your scores to other people. So if you're working with other people, you're allowed to talk to them. I don't recommend it because you should all be trying to win the golden veto, but you're allowed to talk if you want. And yeah, so that's that. It's a simple competition. Do you have any advice for Deal or No Deal? Are you familiar with it?
I'm familiar with the game, but what advice can I give? Just go for the million.
I mean, it's also kind of a statistics thing. You have to look at your board and see how many high numbers, how many low numbers are left, what the deal is, how you feel other people are doing, right? If it's round 2 and everybody stopped round 1 early, because season 2, which was the crazy nutcase season, everybody was like, no deal, no deal, no deal, and they were aggressive and the scores were high. Season 3, I remember everybody just said deal right away and the scores were low. So it also depends on who you're playing against.
It all depends what cases get open. Like if you get like all the low cases, then no deal. Like try to go for the high. But if like your million's gone, your half million's gone, your 250's gone, right, you're kind of risking it. If you're like no deal, no deal, you might have you might have $100.
Exactly. Yeah. So like people who are not playing in this competition, so Chad is not playing, he would be aggressive and he would go no deal a lot and he would either get a very high or very low score. So he's kind of a wild card, and I think it's better for the people playing that Chad is not in it because that would be unpredictable. Is Eitan playing? No. He strikes me as somebody who would be more cautious and would stop once he gets to a reasonable amount. Chanel is not playing. She also would be a bit more cautious, but also she would play the odds, I think, too. Joanna's playing, Rhonda's playing. Who else is not playing? Nicole. How do you feel about Nicole not playing in a veto at all 6 weeks in? That's bad luck.
That's just bad luck. And it's kind of not, I mean, it's good if you have stuff to do, but it's not fun. Like, it just really puts you out of the week. Like, you're not on the block. You played for HOH, but then your whole week is just like kind of up in the air. And then if you get put on the block, you're screwed. Yeah. Like, you have no way of defending yourself other than your social game.
Right. But she's Kamala Harris, so it all works out.
She did beat Chantal, so on the vote.
Yes. So so we are going to talk first I'll ask you, who do you think will win this season and who do you want to see win this season?
I don't know who will win.
Well, nobody knows, but who you
like I don't like the way it's going. Like, I think Chanel has a good chance. Okay. I thought Curtis would have had a good chance, but he kind of, I don't know, the last week where he gave Kat the HOH, like that was, I don't know where he stands now. And who I want to win, I would love for Rhonda to win.
Ooh, interesting.
He gives good grandma hugs.
Oh, that's true. And she makes great mac and cheese. Have you tried it?
No, I haven't. I'm not that lucky.
Well, Rhonda will have to bring it in.
The nicest person. Like,
I know. And she takes the 7 all the time, which has like the worst people on it. Like, it's so unfair.
People love the 7.
I don't want to get onto transit. I like the 7, but the timing on it is screwed up, I find. Like, it's never timed properly.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Big Brother.
Yes. Okay, so we'll go just in order of the cover photo. So Chad, what are your thoughts on Chad this season?
He feels very quiet. Like, I haven't heard much from him. Charlene's gone, so I don't know what's going to happen. But
do you think Charlene going early helped him?
I think it helped him a lot because eventually he would have blown up.
Yep.
Or I don't know if it's fake or real. They're right, like the way they hate each other, or is it love?
Either way, it doesn't help them. If it's love, then they're going to be targeted, and if it's fake and they actually hate each other, then they target each other. So it screws them either way. So Charlene going early helps him.
But I like I love everyone Chad. That was great.
That week 1 was so funny.
Because that's not Chad.
He would insult somebody like Eitan, and then literally the next message would be, "Do you forgive me? Please forgive me." And then when Eitan would say, "No, I don't forgive you," he'd be like, "You're an asshole for not forgiving me."
That's Chad.
Yeah. Okay, Eitan.
I don't know anything about Eitan. I was really weird that he was trying to throw, like, he didn't want to be HOH. That's odd to me. Like, I don't know what his game is, but Like but then again, in Virus, I didn't want HOH either on my season. I told Brazil to make me like infected.
I mean, from the sounds of what Curtis and who was the other person, Dylan, were saying, it sounded like he was almost begging to not be HOH.
That's what it sounded like from your episodes, and I was like, that's a very odd one. Like you could say I don't want it, but don't like, please don't give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis at one point, this was a DR, but I don't think this is really going to affect him in any way. But Curtis said one of the reasons he didn't give it to Eitan is he was worried Eitan would be so pissed that he was HOH that he would nominate Curtis on purpose just to be like, I told you not to give it to me. So, yeah. Chanel, you said that you thought she had a good chance of winning.
Seems like everyone likes her. Like, I've never played with her. She seems to be more of a background player, but it seems like she is very liked by the whole house. And like when you said who could beat Chantal, Chanel was like, I'm not sure. So I take your judgment as accurate.
Mm-hmm. Well, part of that was because they're both winners, so that would have given Chantal much higher chance, being that that's not a criteria anymore if people want to vote winners out. It's interesting. In season 2, everybody liked Chanel, just like this season. And then there came that point where she backstabbed Joanne, and the entire second half of the season, Joanne rallied the troops against Chanel, and everybody in jury hated Chanel. But the only reason why Chanel won is because they also hated Ashley. So Chanel managed to go to the final 2 with the other hated person, and she was sort of the lesser of two evils. But you're right, though, in the first half of season 2, just like so far in season 5, everybody seems to be on good terms with Chanel, and she's not rocking the boat.
That's good.
Yeah. Joanne.
Oh, she's my favorite. Like, she's one of my favorites because the way you impersonate her. But she also, like, sent the video. And or was it today's video that I watched where she actually, like, the nominations and she spoke? That was really good. I wish you would cut the music, though, because it was really hard to hear.
I realized that after.
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe I can. Let me find it real quick.
No, I heard most of it. I had to play it a couple times. It was pretty, but like the fact that she's that involved and she won HOH with the most message, that's a person that I like to play with.
Yeah, that comp got, as I expected, some mixed reviews. Some people said that was bullshit. Other people said that was a good competition. I made it clear multiple times, I really hope everybody participates this season.
You know what? That was a fair competition. It was luck. Well, it is kind of luck-based, but it's just, I know there's some people that will never talk in the main group and they'll have their little side chats. Mm-hmm. And this encourages everyone to get together, kumbaya and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did gifts count as conversations?
No, gifts did not. Yeah, so Joanne's score would have been a lot higher if it did. I'm looking for Joanne. Where did you go, Joanne? Oh, there you are. Just in case anybody didn't hear it and just skipped it, I'll just play it now so that everybody can hear the full thing.
Who will save your soul when it comes to the nominations? Save your souls. Yeah. Jonathan, you put up season 2. You're up, buddy. And Curtis, there was promises made. So remember.
I like Lindsay. She was very blunt and to the point, right? She doesn't, she's just, this is why you're up. It's that simple. It kind of reminded me, did you watch Big Brother 6 way back, 2005?
Oh, I was way off that.
I wasn't a Maggie fan, but I remember her speech very well when she first won HOH, and she said, I'm nominating you, Kaser, and you, James, because you are the 2 biggest threats in the house, and this nomination ceremony is adjourned. And it was simple and correct, right? So, yeah. What was that? The other thing I was going to say about Joanne? You were saying?
Oh, she just seems very happy, and like I love that she's doing the videos and like putting herself out there. Like it makes me want to watch it more.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Have you ever had Joanne on your bus?
No.
Oh, that's an experience.
Wait, maybe when I was a furlough, but that was like 5 years ago.
Oh,
I had a lady sing the whole way, like stand beside me, talk to me, and like be very happy and sing songs on the 2. but I was like fresh, and I was like, okay, miss.
Do you remember where she got on and off?
Not 5 years ago, yeah.
It would have likely been Williams on and Bovaird off would have been likely at that time.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
was like
but-
around downtown, I remember.
Oh, that could have been Francine. But anyway,
Maybe.
moving on. Do you think Joanna has a chance of winning?
There's a chance, but I think that people are going to target her because she's outspoken and she's in the chats a lot, and people are going to be like, oh, we'll just let her float. And then it depends if the realness alliance is going to target, because I don't think she's on good terms with them.
How did you feel about Rai saying that Reality Realness is this season's bus driver alliance, but competent?
Well, the bus drivers were not confident. Well, the thing is, I was the weak link because I was like, I'm not working with these people. I'm like, they're going to be a target. I need to make friends outside of this alliance. They figured it out relatively slowly.
Which, I mean, it was smart of you because that was a sinking ship from the beginning. And Lisa has apparently recovered from COVID, which we are very happy about.
Okay.
Yeah. Whether Darren, her husband, has recovered being quarantined with her for 2 weeks is another story. But anyway.
I thought he got sick first.
Sorry, what?
I thought he got sick first. Because I remember her posting somewhere like, oh, Darren's feeling sick, and we went to get tested.
I don't know. Because once I see her little emoji of herself, I kind of scroll further. You know how her little, yeah. Anyway,
yeah. I know. We all know.
Yes. Let's move on to Rhonda. So you obviously want her to win.
Yeah.
Is Rhonda's competition wins of 0 so far this season going to be going to hurt her later on if she can't win things, especially if she makes?
It could. I mean, like, I made it to 4th place with 0 wins, so.
You won 2 vetoes.
Oh, I meant like HOH wins.
Oh no, well, Rhonda hasn't won anything yet.
Oh, it would, because I mean, if you're voting between 2 people, you might be like, oh, she's just floated by, and but like also from what you say, like it seems like she's very quiet. Like I don't hear much of Rhonda's like conversations.
Yeah. I do think she's playing better than she did in 2 and 3. In season 3, she made it to 10th, which is still decent. Season 2, she made it to 5th, but I feel like she fell through a lot of cracks because season 2 was crazy, and she was just there for the ride. Whereas this season, I feel like she's playing, which is obviously good. And I think she's also enjoying it the most this season, I want to say, is my prediction there. And I know Rhonda was disappointed in not being able to play in Deal or No Deal in season 2 because she wasn't picked. In season 3, she was evicted the week before Deal or No Deal. So she's playing tomorrow. So hopefully she'll enjoy that. Because,
hopefully she'll win.
Yeah,
if she really wanted to play.
Do you think she would take Jonathan or Curtis off?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe Curtis, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see her like working with those 2 guys that closely.
No. Chantel, evicted, but 50-50 chance she's coming back next week.
Oh, she's coming back.
You think she can beat anybody?
I think she could beat anybody except Ryan, but he's gone.
I don't know if she could have beat. I don't know if Ryan could have beat her. I
think that would have been close, but like she's got the notebooks, she's got the notes. Like, come on, what was her score? 2,100.
2,000 to minus 200.
Yeah, it was like she's got her game. Like she's got her game face on. She's coming back.
She rewatched all of season 1 in one day. Yeah.
So she's got free time.
And she knows that season 2, there's only one category left, so she knows it's season 2. And if I was a nominee, either of the after the veto, if I was a post nominee sitting on eviction night, I would study season 2 if there's a 50-50 chance you're going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she's already watched it and made her notes, and she's gonna brush up on it the day before. Like even she was saying in Reality Realness, like, oh, I wanted to be on my terms. Like I didn't want to be rushed to this competition. Like she was ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Should she spin the wheel if she comes back in? She gets to spin the wheel if she wants to, and it's 50-50 between Pooh Brown veto and a fast forward.
I mean, the Pooh Brown veto is, Curtis went out on that.
Yeah. But does she need to spin the wheel to get to potentially win safety?
I think if you didn't have to pass it on to somebody else, then not spinning the wheel would make more sense. But the fact that if she says no, someone else gets a chance, I think she should do it just because it's 50-50 and Pooh Brown veto. I mean, if she's good at the
Social.
the Redemple Temple, like she'll get back.
Yeah, but I think nobody wants to go to Redemple Temple. I mean, that's
But
really
that's the ultimate comeback story. I've been there twice. I came back. I won all my comps. I'm in the final. Like that's a great story.
I mean, you think if Chantel comes back, is evicted, comes back a second time and makes final two, you would vote for that versus someone who was never evicted?
I think so. I mean, if she fought, like, if she's putting up like $2,000, like for
If she's
competition,
crushing it. Okay.
yeah, like she's crushing. Like she's not Charleneing. Like, oh, I didn't answer a question, but
Yeah.
I got none wrong, and the other one got one wrong. So like, if it's minus 300 to zero, like no. But if she's like $1,000, $2,000, like
Yeah. So I don't remember if Zoom Basic kicks you off when at 40 minutes with two people, but just in case it does, let's move on to JoJo. We have
okay,
6 people left. JoJo, thoughts?
none. Like he's been very quiet. Like
Okay.
you haven't really mentioned him much in his videos. In realness, last season he was very animated and he had a lot of thoughts, but it seems like he's trying to blend in the background,
Oh,
at
background.
least from my perspective.
Okay. What can I say about JoJo that won't give things away? Sometimes I have chicken scratch writing like a doctor, so sometimes I'm like, who's Julio? I'm like, oh, JoJo. But yeah, anyway, Jonathan, thoughts?
Oh, it's hard to say. He's a little sneaky though. Like I don't know where his game is going, but like it seems like he's made enemies. It feels like, but it's like I know that he got burned by Chantal in his season that he played last time. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if he's working with them or he's like keeping them in the background but keeping them close. Like his is a mystery. That's what I'm gonna say. Like he's a mystery to me.
I think there's no question that reality, like the actual 3 reality realists who did it last season, Chantal, JoJo, and Jonathan, are working together in some capacity, at least in the short term. Like that's right. It doesn't take. We didn't need Dylan to point that out. That if the 3 of them recap season 4, they're likely. I'm not saying alliance, but they're likely at least chatting and working together. But is it a long-term thing for all 3 of them? That
That's what I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't even know. And to be honest, they might not even know whether it's their intention of going to the end with each other or not. It's possible they're playing the play it by ear kind of. Let's see what happens as we go. Possibly. Nicole, poor thing, never played in a veto, which could be an advantage, like you said. She survived the block against Chantel. I really do think she was the only person who could survive the block because Chantel was just so good. And
Well, Nicole's a good woman. Definitely a good
yeah,
woman.
that was the best moment of that whole episode.
Yes,
She and Krista
yes.
were on. It was like, Marcin is a good man. Oh, I love her. And go ahead.
I don't know much about her game, but I know she's friends with people that are in the house, and I think that's going to go a long way. Like, because Brazil's a good player,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure she's got good alliances going. Like, I have a feeling like she's made her connections and she's in a good circle. And the fact that she beat Chantel is pretty telling that she'll at least make it, I would say, final 5.
Okay. I do think in season 3, if it wasn't for the double eviction, that Krista or even Lynn could have gone that week instead of her. So who knows what would have happened in season 3. So yeah, I think she's a good player, and I agree she can go far potentially. Yeah. Brazil.
I mean,
Now,
she's
now we're
won
at your
season
season.
4. She's
Yes.
won season 4, but she's good socially, I would say. Like for my season, I'm biased here. Like I know the way we interacted,
Yeah.
and I know like what she's capable of, and she knows her competitions as well. She doesn't make it known, but she definitely is like she knows her stuff. She's if Chantel's up here with comp, she's like right behind her in terms of knowledge and like notes and being ready, and she knows who to work with. I am surprised because I know she's tight with Curtis, and I'm surprised that Curtis gave it to Kat because I know Kat and Brazil had tension, and we
Yeah.
saw what happened. So
Yeah, and I'm sure Brazil was telling Curtis not to, and whether that led to a rift between Brazil and Curtis, I don't know.
No.
Did you know? Oh, am I allowed to? Ooh. I am not allowed to say. I'll tell you after. Something
Okay.
happened in the season 4 chat, but I can't say it on the air. Yeah. Kat, what are your thoughts on her?
Oh, she's good. Like, but I think that Ryan leaving is better for her game.
Yes, and she said that herself, and I think everybody agrees that Ryan leaving is better for her game.
Like, I think she could be a very strong player, but at the same time, it's like I've never seen her play without Ryan, and I know she knows how to fight though. So
Yeah.
I hope she makes it pretty. Again, I'm a little biased too because I played with Kat, so
Right. She said that she pulled the trigger on Chantel and Brazil to get revenge and redemption. So she even said, it's not about winning the game, it's about making this move. Putting that aside, do you think it was too early to make the move she did last week?
I don't think so because I mean, if like I'm looking at my season, like it was kind of boring to be honest. The first, like it was so planned. The first, like, oh, these people are going up, these people are going up, this one's going up. This is like when Lindsay put up Ryan and Curtis. It really shakes up the house and makes the alliances like who can you trust? Like it really makes people come out of the woodwork.
To be honest, it's possible it was not too early. It's possible that was the right move because let's say she just put up, I don't know, Chad and Aton and Chad went out. I mean, that wouldn't have really helped anybody except the
No,
people that are not working with her. And I don't know if she was in a fantastic position, but if she used that week to gain allies, obviously who were not Chantal, Brazil, and Nicole, then maybe this is setting her up for a win. So I know that that wasn't her intention to make a winning move, but maybe that was a winning move. Time
I
will
honest, I honestly thought she was gonna put up Brazil and Curtis. So
tell. I
Brazil
mean,
and Chantal was
that would have been so savage. Curtis gives her HOH and she puts up.
there must have been a deal. There must have been a deal.
Oh, that would have been not a. I agree. Brazil and Chantal was a better move than Brazil and Curtis for a lot of reasons, but that would have been the most savage move.
Yes, that would have been like stab twist.
Yeah. And last but not least, Curtis, our South
Oh,
African.
Curtis. As Brenda says, fuck Curtis, but at the same time, he's doing his thing. But I think he's got his hand in too many baskets. That's what it feels like from the outside. Like it just season 4 all over again after learning what happened in season 4.
I told him he was fading into the background so well after being HOH week 1. Then he didn't do anything for a couple weeks and people were forgetting about him. Even I was forgetting about him. And then virus happened and he's been back on the map ever since. And now he's on the block. So let me ask you, I don't know if we've been going for 40 minutes, but Zoom still hasn't given me the warning, but we'll wrap up. Let me ask you, if the nominations stay the same and it's Jonathan and Curtis on the block, and there are 8 votes with Joanne being the potential tiebreaker, who do you think would be evicted?
I mean, I think it would be Jonathan.
Okay.
Because I think Kat has a deal with Curtis somehow because of that big, she didn't put him up.
Okay.
He gave her the HOH. And I feel like Jonathan's on the other side of the house from Joanne, and Joanne's going to try to rally more towards Jonathan being out if she had to make a choice.
Okay. Unless things change this week, I actually know the answer, so I can't say because a lot of people in the DR have been leaning one way. That could obviously change because it's still Saturday and right, things can shift. But I will say that my prediction of who would go between Jonathan and Curtis matched what most of the people said, which makes me feel good because it means
makes me feel like I'm wrong.
No, I didn't say anything.
But
the nominations could still change because if Jonathan or Curtis win, they take themselves off. And we have JoJo, Rhonda, Joanne, and who's the other person playing?
Ethan?
No, Brazil.
Oh,
Brazil. There's a chance Brazil would take Curtis off. There's a chance JoJo would take Jonathan off. And I wouldn't put it past Joanne to use the veto on her own HOH. Knowing her. Joanne is she's season 2, right? So being HOH and changing your own nominations is a very season 2 thing to do. So it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying that's what she's thinking, but it just, it would be.
Oh, I'm curious who the replacement would be, though.
I don't know.
Because the way I see it, Jonathan and Curtis would be on the reality realness side of the house. So
Right.
I'm thinking it'd be from that side, like JoJo or Brazil or I don't know.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to see. Well, Marcin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this.
You said you were nervous. You did so well.
I had a half a bottle of wine.
It was so exciting. And get your ass to Arby's one of these days.
I will, if they close a little later.
Damn. I'll try. I tried. Anyway,
I will go to Arby's. Once the pandemic's over, I will. I promise. Right hand, right here. I'll go to Arby's.
Alrighty. So with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Deal or No Deal Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow. And Monday, will they use it to save Jonathan or Curtis from the chopping block? And who would Joanne put up in their place? Tuesday is the next live eviction where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house. And Wednesday is the all-important day where either Chantel or this week's evictee will return to the game and get to spin the wheel, if they wish, for a 50-50 shot at either Pooh Brown Power Veto or the Fast Forward. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonbez with Marcin, and take care. And remember, it's not about who reaches the summit the fastest, but who learns the most about themselves along the way. Good night.